welcome to another knitting tutorial from George Crafts. We are going to talk about casting off today, so that's how you finish off your work. All I've got with me is a pair of scissors, 6mm knitting needles, and some work that I've done in Super Chunky yarn, which is Big Softy by Sirdar. I've had that a long time, so I don't know if they still make it. So first thing we do with our work, so you're going to knit a stitch. So needle through the back, yarn around, bring your needle forward and transfer that stitch over, and then you're going to knit another stitch. So in, around, needle through, transfer. Now what you're going to do is you're going to bring this stitch here over this stitch here, okay? So you can do it with your knitting needles. So you can pop your needle through, hold your yarn tightly and just swap over the stitch, okay? So I'll show you again. We're going to knit a stitch, wrap around, and then pass one stitch over the other. Okay, so knit, grab hold of the stitch, pass over, knit, grab hold of your stitch, pass over. So you're always working with just 2 stitches on one needle at a time. So knit, and then passing your stitch over. So I just want to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. So I'm popping my needle through, I'm holding my yarn nice and tight there so I'm not going to drop that stitch, and then I bring the stitch over the end of my needle and keep the second stitch on, and now the second stitch becomes the first stitch. We knit another stitch, so we've gone back to 2, and then we do the same again. So pull our yarn nice and tight, slide it up to the end and leave 1 stitch on the needle. In, around, slide, in, around, and slide. Okay, now you might be thinking, what am I going to do with that 1 stitch? So obviously you can't leave it because your work will unravel. So what you do is you wrap your yarn around the needle and then very carefully just bring the yarn through, and then tighten it off into a knot. You can cut your yarn or break your yarn, whatever you prefer to do. And now everything's nice and secure. So all that's left to do is just to sew your ends in. So that's hidden and that's your work. So that's how you cast off. I hope that was useful. Any questions, get in touch with us, either in the comments, on the blog, on Facebook, and we will be doing some more knitting tutorials very soon. I hope that was useful. That's the basic cast off. There's lots of different methods, but I just want to show you this one to begin with. We will see you again. Thanks for joining in, and take care. Bye.